What's the expectation? Stay balanced. What was I gonna do? What was I gonna make? Be one of these builders, one of these makers. What could I offer? So this is the pressure, man. It's like, oh, actually, they're right.
Night.
Song in German. Kein Netz, ich schätze meine Freiheit. Gesetze schreiben andere, ich texte breit. Think big und bleib dabei. Lieber seelisch reich als ein korrupter Scheich. Vielleicht kann's auch beides sein. Wenn ich's weiß, sag ich euch Bescheid. Like ein High von meiner Zukunft. Wie Karl Jung habe ich die Vermutung. Im Publikum verseucht der Beifall nach einer Zeit. Tut meine Wahrheit wie des Teufels Kleid. Bin anders als die Rapper on a Starry. Sorry, not sorry time. Ein König bei Design. Ihr spuckt 1000 Marken ohne Sinn oder Reim. Swippt euch glücklich, doch verliert Persönlichkeit. Mein Leben hochdotiert im eigenen Reich. War too nice, hab mich zu oft vergleicht. Was ist der Preis von Ehrlichkeit? Falsche Freunde, ein Denken in schwarz-weiß. Wollte Frieden, wie damals in Versailles. Dein Drip verdankst du dem Schweiß der Sklaverei. Frag Nike, sie weiß Bescheid. Mein Drip verlangt von mir, ich soll noch schärfer sein. Ghost Pepper heiß, ich blüh auf in der Doppeldeutigkeit. Yeah! Trotzdem. Kein Netz. It's true, it's turning a world into trotzdem. Kein Netz. Let's get more insular. Mein letzter Streich verweist auf die Unsterblichkeit, bin gut bereist. Klassen, Arten, Themen, Staaten, wer weiß, wie weiß. Du tust so, als ob du seist. Ich reiß Sterne aus der Nacht, verschreib mich der Hexerei. In aller Pracht und Lohn, ein Muttersohn, Money dies, das Vermächtnis bleibt. Don't believe the hype, alle wollen trendy sein. Hashtag nie allein, ihr wartet bis zum Großsein. Ich nenn's geschmacklos sein. Schenk mir ein paar Gläser dieses Weins. Das Syndikat predigt denkbar hart, vom Prädikat bis zum Schicksalsschlag. Hier bleibt der Staat. Wer bezahlt die Rechnung an den Staat? Mein Charme, chaotisch und total. Du kannst den nicht haben, deshalb schlägt auch der Alarm. Smoke so viel grün, ihr meint, ich wär vegan. Hab euch doch gewarnt, keine Blüte bleibt verwahrt. Highest in the room, nah, highest in the Zoom. Ihr seht euch nach Ruhm, hab fast alles schon getan. Der Werdegang ohne Plan, vom Sohn eines Spions zum Betreiber einer Pop-Up-Shisha-Bar. Was es wirklich war, nicht, dass ich wortkarg war. Meine Zunge hasst nur bla bla bla. Gib einen Fick auf eure Charts, vertick kein Rassenhass, mach lieber ein auf Smart. Verlieb mich in der Whisky-Bar, Abracadabra, die Zukunft war schon da. Der Rap-Stil unbekannt, bis ihr ihn alle fahrt. Hab euch schon gesagt, dreh mich im Kreis und kein Quadrat. Video for this is me performing on a cruise ship, apparently. So now we're back to the other stuff, right? Does it have any relationship? Is that the only thing you were saying here before? Is that the most important thing is, and then you went to something else? Wow, how many levels of stupid and unstupid could you be? So many. So in the middle, you have the person, and then you have all the associations. And so now it's how you split up the associations that the whole thing is. And so how would that look at the end? Let's start with the beginning, and then let's see. Some infinite middle that could get turned into they hate it but love it. You know, he's a Leo, so this kind of stuff just is natural to him. Watch. This is only thing people ever look for. So many people are like, this is ridiculous. But you get what I mean, right? So in this person's head, let's talk about heads and let's look about that. See where these things may exist. Now, you see that it's both of those, right? So they have some idea, and so it's all bets, right? They're looking for opportunities. This is an opportunity. Maybe it could be that. Like, it was like it took 4 seconds and explained the universe. Yeah, anyway, in any case, that could be a squirrel or some shit. And so you have like lots of things here. People go and they move, and it's evolution, and through that, and essentially it's these. What I'm trying to draw is like these junctions, right? And it's how you flow into those. So along here, it was like roads. You know, how do you get the roads to connect? So wow, it just drew a female body. Maybe it's his own. Maybe he's like, oh, if you weren't alone, just like melt into it. Wow. She's like, you will do it. You'll love it. You just love doing it. Oh. It's like pretending to hate it even though he loves it. Wow. Can I get rid of that? Hopefully. Shit. Well, he's the only one, right? It's like, well, so much pressure you placed on yourself, or it's like you never had empathy because you never thought about all the pressure that he felt. Like it's like, oh, you should just deal with it. The same way that he would have said to me later on when I was like, oh, where's the thing with the psychology? We haben auf einer Augenhöhe agiert. It wasn't. I didn't have to be like the nice guy, stick to my values. This was the rules here. This is the rules, bro. I still hadn't done wrong, right? So the guy found looking for what he'd done wrong or something. Later on, I wasn't that at all. It's like you don't really know my history. If I get my history right, then everything will make sense. Otherwise, I could fall. You'll see it in my eyes anyway, but only for some people it's not the correct answer. It's supposed to be inclusive. Like when did this become like this doesn't exist? Like people are just, people have fallen. There's no like big like the people like this and people like that. At the same time, everyone's a fucking star, right? So this thing about the opportunity I was talking about is like the stars and then the bodies. So everyone has that, even the squirrels. So that's relationship to resource. So it's like a useful thing to understand. If you would understand it, what would it look like? It would be somebody explaining it ultimately because they're a master of their craft or whatever, just to attain resource. So somebody says, I attained resource once. And they're like, well, I attained resource a second time. So they're like, oh, many questions you could ask around. You could say, could you do it a third time? They'd say, how much time passed between the first time and the second time? What was the resource? That kind of limits it in a nice way. And what are the things you can analyze around there? You could say, for example, that it was something like whatever aspect had been picked out of their head, mind, or opportunity in relation to that, and then that it mattered. It was somebody observing the analyst. Of course, you could come back. It's like depression and then plus projection. You'd think that everybody wanted to have a bad time, Can you actually feel those? Yeah, well, they're like, you're tough. Oh, this is the actor. Then I could say that the crowd said, and then I walked out, and then it was whether they had or not. Agreed. It's like if I thought that I could just blindly everything. Fuck yeah. There's a difference between always and forever, and that's specifically here, That open to receive. Oh yeah. Wow. It's like die Leute der Beker Straße. This is the kind of thing I wanted to curate, the kind of feeling of openness. It's so crazy because I look out at the window and she's like, she was saying Deine Straße, like energy. I'm loving stars instead. Oh, it's the character and then what it was to. So it could have just sampled the thing. I had to answer the same answer as everybody else. And people are watching and giving the same answer. You can train these bots just to be like an extension of who you are. You're checking it, you're editing it. That's how you have to work it. That's like the balance is like I want to give it a little bit of this, and it's trained by the master understanding of like writers, So at some point it'll be like, let's go to the section, you get the specialist on French, romance, new, whatever. That's an agent. So once you discover, it'll be like deploy, once you discover a new sort of socioeconomic movement, then be like, okay, then label that, package it, and deploy an agent to become an expert in that. Then what were the things? Same thing. You have to go and ask, of course. and now just translate it into what N8N needs to do. N8N. Correct, it was correct. I checked, it was correct. I'll come back. To deploy the agent, which is now that we've discovered Tropicalia. And so I want scouts. So I have scouts. And then somebody's like, who holds the key to the database? That's always the question, isn't it? But that person's static, actually. So it's just a gatekeeper. Everything else is running as it should. That's how I wanted to build it. It's like a leap of faith. Scouts. So the scouts go out, and once they've found like Tropicalia, which for those of you who don't know, this is decorum. For those of you who don't know, this is decorum. It's just decorum. For those of you who don't know what that is, quite simply, the scouts, I remembered it. Just pull it up, the scouts. So you have the gatekeepers of the database, the scouts that are experts, so you have the records all there. Then you have that to keep the agents training. They go with these training agents, which are all around in the universal, and they're like trading between them. They're like, the trading agents and the training agents are different. The trading agents pick up all around, they run around, they're like checking with these bots every 5 minutes or whatever the fuck it is. Like, is there anything new information which needs to go over there so we can. So that once that's organized, you have an interconnected network of agents that are engineered to universal functions like get, send, and the other one, what's the third one? Process? Oh yeah. 3 base functions, in, out, process, nothing else. It's the only one I can remember. Then the numbers? 42, 79. The third, I'm the 6th. I'm on a team. I could go, I was number 3, or I could go, I was 36, plus or minus some other one, came back to 7 again. Story, isn't it? We wasted time, did we? The others got involved. People felt a sense of belonging because they could be the scouts. They could be the trainers. So the training bots are training the research bots, and they're being fed by the research bots about the capabilities of the agents in the training, right? All of that. All of that. If you don't understand that that's the level you can get to, and then the output. I said input, output, process. What's the output? What's the output of this? Okay, so how can you make money, right? I understand we're in business mode and all this kind of stuff. So you in a room getting somebody to sign a contract. And signing a contract, then handing over money, technically. I mean, I know it's, I can tell you a hat, and technically you're not signing a contract. Where is the contract for that sale? Does it come upon receipt? It's flying around in the room, is it? It's in some imaginary space. Where do we get it? From the German government or the whatever government? Where is those contracts? Why don't they have them somewhere? This kind of lack of thinking, creative thinking, is that just inherent to the old system? And we need to remember where we are, the capabilities that we have, because we can work together, and we need to not forget what happened. Like everybody else, the memory, right? What's the memory? Where's the memory? You used to have your own database, which is interconnected nodes. And so it's the database is, this is database architecture is an entire science in and of itself. I'm like, give me the limitations. What are the limitations of which aspect to which angle at what time? I'm like, oh, now we got it, right? So going off that, I swear to you, the kid in me is like, I swear to you, I didn't do it for me, but then you haven't imagined us, right? Because you're the son of immigrant parents. You got it. Makes sense, doesn't it? Okay. Oh, right. The long story is like the mama's boy, right? Like he went to his mom too much. And then there's like the gangsters with the, matriarchal, whoops, lady, shit. Sorry. Should have been sorry, right? So he was right. He was right. It's okay. You don't have to. Not every lady is perfect. It's okay. Sometimes they can not get something. It's possible. So, whoa, lady. No, seriously, it gets really heated when they're exempting themselves. Oh, you think that there's ladies who aren't exempt? Wow, that's interesting. So let's think about Beyonce. Probably just somebody who would essentially be exempt in some system, right? It's all boxes and platforms. So if I went up to Beyonce and I was like, "You're a man," so you'd be like, "Oh, whatever." If I went up to Beyonce and I said to her 20 times, I'd be like, "You're a man. You're a man. You're a man. You're a man. You're a man." Security would probably come up, right? Security would be like, "Get the fuck out of here!" And they would. The first time, it's like heated. It's just not true. It's just she's not. But what is Beyonce? It's not. Why is it always about gender? People are cocketeering their gender all the fucking time. When they're no longer in their fucking heads, they're actually doing it. Which is what they're doing in all these underground places and overground places and the rooftops and the bars where it's the hushes and the whispers and the, "Oh God, blood, darling, we love it." As if I haven't been there. It's like, it's like nobody wanted to talk to you. Yeah, dude, you remember the Mycelium, Lord Mycelium. I am a rapper, the last Kobayashi. I have a pseudonym inside of that. It's called Lord Mycelium. I have a couple other pseudonyms. One of them is Boy Wonder Boy. The other was Mr. Snappy, but it's turned to like Mr. Anyway, I'm getting too lost in the detail, right? Cats, the musical. Lord Mycelium, in any case. Back. It's like his memory's bad. Like I keep believing that I have bad memory or something. Like you have the best memory that you like retain most of every single aspect of. Because I realize I'm wisps of smoke between the stability. Nick Scullion, Charmed. It's a long way away from that, mate. You haven't said anything funny since, well, time. Did I say time is gone yet? There you go. Time is gone. It's a play, in the play, right? So he looks at the Rolex, and that's the thing he stole. So there's a couple of icons, like the watch, and again, it would be too simple, right? So it's like a watch which is in an art piece that gets stolen. It's the Rick and Morty. It's the space gun. So that's the one. Like, where is that? So in the last Kobayashi's thing, he needs to get Rick and Morty's space gun. Oh, that's like been found. It's a loophole. Oh my God. So again, what was his story? He's the gravedigger's son. Oh, so gravedigger is nobody accepted your values. So gravedigger's son. It's all the representations in between. It's all quick and fast and coming. And I'm processing and working it, and I love it. And I've worked myself into a steam. And it's Boy Matilda and Boy Wonder Boy or some shit. Maybe Boy Wonder Boy. I do like Boy Wonder Boy. It's like Boy Wonder Boy and then Boy Matilda. Everyone's waiting. Boy Wonder Boy and then Boy Matilda. Also like coexist. Like one's like weaker. It's like Pepsi with a twist and Pepsi without. Somebody's like, it took something away, and so he said it added something. In any case, get your hats on. It's got to go. Yeah, it seems like a stupid idea to me. Like, yeah, wait. So in the field of energy, you're kind of like, just like a dot, like sploosh. Sometimes, yeah, people. If you heard of human beings, I don't think your niece would disagree. It's like we're connected, right? Summertime, I'm walking free, it's all combined, my heart it sees so long, I will to Ireland's call, I will to Ireland's call. It's like, oh, and he's gay, and he's a retard, and you all hate him, right? They're like, yeah, sweet. I was like, okay, cool, let's go, let's do that. It's like no meaning, no melody, no nothing, no nada. Like, guys, I'm fucking it off again. Oh, look where we found it. Is that one me? Yeah, it's you and Chris. Swap-a-doo, mycelium, you. It's like Roy of the Rovers meets some manga that I haven't discovered yet. It's like if you push it too hard, it's not actually manga. It's called Kawiza-tu. It's a Korean type of. No, it's probably a Latin American type of comic or zine, isn't it? Yes. Sweet. It was very, very good because you didn't. Your parents are from Romania. It's like, you went there, took the culture, explored it. Where was it? Very simple. Very simple. There was a Dali painting that somebody wanted. Like, should I get it? Should I not? Like, is it you? This was the whole thing with Dali, right? You can't even remember which one of these girls. Like, nothing mattered because you didn't think you could be who you were. So when you were asked to reminisce and have their party play, come back, come back, come back. It's all here. So easy to go and so quick to stay. Well, that's one to learn not to do. That's two. Boy Wonder Boy, Captain Easy, Little Bagel, Lord Mycelium, and Boy Matilda. Take quick decisions here. Boy Matilda, why? You have to understand why these all exist. It's always like circles and aspects of them and how they're pushing and pulling. That's it. At the end, there's buttons. Yeah. It's like a dartboard. Hit the bullseye. Like, we didn't realize that you were this smarmy. That was the other one, Mr. Smarmy or something. Mr. Smarsh? Give me that, like Mr. Smirsh? Smirsh? It's just like some people want the super weird and confused because they are that, It's like I need to know where I am so I can then. It's like a state of being. People have done that. You've been that. I've been that. Shit, I don't know what to do. He's like, yeah, Daniel. It's like, yeah, I could just be some rapper who's only seeing it from the plane of like hip hop and like not really caring about his life. And does he expect something from me? Does he expect me to do something? Do I have to do something? So at this point, it was just a sharkish thing. Like, yeah, join the rubble and the rain. That was it. It's true. Could have been different, but it was just too much to take at the end. The load was just full. It's like you helped, like you have the phone, like somebody could have called, they could have said, Daniel, at any time, if he needed my help, he could have called. This is still where I stand. It's like, yeah, you didn't do more, but it wasn't that you done bad. Could have told him, yeah, I tried to call him once, I tried to call him twice. I just didn't feel it was the right time. You didn't feel it, right? So it was your thing. That's what we all see. That it's all about you. So when you think it's the right time and you're not willing to sacrifice something for somebody else, and so this whole dance falls away and apart. And finally, what gets revealed is that we all have egos and some become too big. As in, it was the actions of the person were driven too much by the ego. Their ego, in that case. It's possible. And then you associate the two, like this one's like a classic one, and then you think that's the only feeling because it gave you the access to all of it. And all of it is waiting. And that one routine, it's the same here with Andreas and whatever. It's nothing special anymore. It's always the same. So you gotta make it your life as much fucking special as you can. That's all. Ra-ta-ta-ta, ra-ta-ta-ta. Whatever it needs to be for you. The humans? You say to the squirrels, it's a schooner. You got your feet chopped. Oh, it goes full crazy. It goes full crazy. Like, people love it. Some people go absolute, like, eyes bulging and popping out of their heads and stuff. And then it all becomes normal. I was like, they need somebody like me. Médecins Sans Frontières. Wow, it's like a dark, lazy afternoon. It's a dark, lazy afternoon. Is that what I described it as? Do you hear that sound? Do you hear the sound outside? It was a dark, lazy afternoon. It's like the storm could turn for the worse. Like, it was kind of nice when you had the Sommerregen, but when you get older, you realize the houses can get flooded. Just a simple one. People understand, like, okay, they went there, but that guy's dumb, right? He's dumb. Dude, maybe this is actually, oh, fuck. The world is like that, and yes, you were living in theirs. Hallelujah. Okay, well, who did you think you were going to be? Maybe that was the problem. Like, you thought your potential was too high, and then you saw something that they didn't see because of your high potential, then you saw the wrong thing, and then, well, you lost it. I couldn't even close my eyes. Don't even close my... Remember, you have scissors. Oh. This one's important though. So they see opportunity. So where do they see opportunity? Opportunities relate to value, isn't it, at some point? Where somebody is deriving value. So we're coming back to kind of investors and change. And so where people want to see change. I think about sound and music as opportunity, don't I? I think about sound and music as opportunity. As opportunity for people to show their true colors. Yes. Sound and music has the opportunity to show their true colors. Now, value, again, is the exchange of money and brand. I already have it here. It's somewhere. No, it just came now. Oh, yeah. Value, money, time, brand. And then there was here something like happening where you were. And then it's the rules. This is one where you should really write down. You can maybe redraw it again. And the greatest format you could have would probably be video form, but you need to pare it down and then bring it up. It's like you haven't really, and there's like 4 or 5 bits. It's like a octopus little underwater thing that kind of explains that, wow, it's a great presentation. So why is it so limited? Like, why does it have to be like a huge middle bit and then like a small thing up there that clicked around? Was like, that's how I see they should be. But I don't see them all like that. I know that many of them are amazing and have that, but not all of them. Many. But you have to look in the field, right? So that's where it is. That's why you need the experts who understand the field. So you have these field agents. Remember, we have so many others as well. We said before, it's the same recording. No, the one from before. I knew there was another one, wasn't there? Wow, now it's all the drunk, fake drunk, and the real drunk and stuff. It's all coming out now, gushing like reputation, and so people don't like people like you. I bet he's done that and that. It doesn't change. Wow, consciousness, huh? Midichlorians. Did that, came down. Look how great, and then a second time to show again. Love, power, and the universe said, shake it down. Love, power, and the universe said, shake it down. Some people think if it's believable, it doesn't matter. If you're an artist in your spare time, but the way that you act is the way that you would act basically in a business meeting anyway. If you got on the table and danced and they signed you because you were the artist and not the record company, then do it. Just do it. And back. And back. It's not like they don't believe it, but nobody's really, okay, business, brand, I don't know about nobody. This is where you're going to use AI to cut out little bits. And then again, you need this big architecture because there's so many different elements of how you're solving problems. Like, for example, when you discover that there's a new cultural movement, and when do you even define what a cultural movement is? The same way that somebody defined revolution. So you help AI, and so you have a definitions robot that's fed also by certain other things. And so the definitions robot, to answer to certain questions that you might have, needs to have certain functions, which are then also fed by information sources and then estimations. So maybe it could be a specialization for that as a function within the function robot. So it can get super complex. And if you do that in N89, it'll be fucking awesome. And you could charge a lot of money for that. Just do it. Just actually do it. You just don't want to do it alone. That's the only thing. Stefan, you're like super competent. You're basically looking for a co-founder. You're kind of like, I don't want to live in the world where I have to ride this solo. It's kind of like that. It's kind of like that. So this would be an opportunity for you to, I don't know, somebody. Like, some of these ladies are helpful. Like, dude, if you build out something with that architecture and have those kind of amazing knobs, it's like a synth modular. Think about it like that. Like a modular synth setup, an awesome modular synth setup, but with AI agents that solve these business problems, which are all fed by this idea. This is the agency. This is Runaway Services. It's like always like thinking of something. Why is it called Runaway Services? It was the idea of being like it's a loss leader or something. It's a runaway. Is it runaway like you're the runaway leader? Is that like you've blown the fucking thing out the water? It's like with this thing, you'll be a runaway in your field. That's the kind of thing. It's like I only work with one client I don't do with the competitors, which they do anyway. But then make that a branding thing. Even that's intelligent. Even that, just picking that little thing out. It's like upgrade twice. You know? I'm like, I know that guy exists, so he's no longer just a dream. Dreams are my reality, T. Henri T. Want to have tea with T. Henri. Tea with T. Henri, T with T. Henri, Tea to room. Tea with T. Henri, T with T. Henri. Wow, 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 wow. PSG, look, if Arsenal come back against PSG, they're going to win the Champions League. This used as a kid, you talk like that, right, to your crowd. And now on the internet, you can continue to do that. But real life is different. Ain't it just? You can't reach them all at once, right? I nearly forgot my grandma's head. It's like somebody has grandma's hands. You have grandma's head. You actually have that. She did the shake. She was doing the shake, the human shake, you know? Not the Harlem shake. Harlem shake is a human shake. Wow, there is a human shake. Like there's a mushroom shake. Wow. So when you cut up a human, stuck them in a thing, it's like, yeah, it's one of these, one of these parties, these cops threw this party after work. It's like, yeah, they chopped up a person of color and then like actually drank him as shakes. This was like what happened. Fuck, that's so fucked. That's like the most fucked up thing. Like Kobayashi, remember, 2-year rap career. It's like, that seems like a... Everybody's doing that. Everybody's doing this, like one step. The guy outside, what's happening? All the guy outside. He's stepping, he's walking different to the pace that I'm used to. So sometimes I'm like, oh, different to your paces. What does that even mean? Who are the other people? What is your estimations? What would you consider to be normal? In a race course, perhaps? It wasn't a race. So he went over there, and then at some point he showed the vigor of humanity, and he said, I am this. When an energy came to him that said, what is up? And he was determined. I like that reaction. So give them their up. Go up. Nice. She's like, you're going to break so many girls' hearts. Girls. It's like he's alone. Barrister. It'll be the end of Last Kobayashi, or not end, one of the big... It's one of the scenes, dude. So if this were like there's like different strands. But this isn't later on, could he have revenge and all this kind of stuff? Just say what you're doing, and then you can consider them, and then you'll be good. You don't have to then be struck down saying, it's just when you lose structure in your flow, and then you can go, oh, I'm tired, I can't be bothered. You could go around and just know how they're connected, but you don't know it yet. So it's not easy, but you can do it. But what you do know is that you don't have it yet. Still, you have to act like the person who walked at the end to the opportunity and just picked it up, if you can, if you have that potential. Everyone has that, to a certain point. Okay. And then we're all estimating that, and then at some point we're saying, cut, stop going to ballet practice. Linda, it's just not for you. So you stopped asking questions. I found a place where a lot of people stopped asking questions. I didn't really want to be in that place, but then you grow older, right? Yeah, it's all this. It's definitely this. You're definitely that. She's like, you got your feet on the ground? Oh, you as a kid, like you don't. It's not like it hadn't happened. You could try to ignore it. Throat, just try with the throat. Remember, you have to like bite into the world. Yeah, and everyone has it. Yeah. What is it? Not everyone has it. Ooh. You hear the kid? He stopped the kid no longer crying. Yeah. Some people are on a different vibe. You know, they're like for them, it's like a different living is like not so much a important thing. You know, it's like not high up on the list. It's like it was you, wasn't it? It's like when you were younger, you were. You could choose to say whatever you want, right? This is the idea. You never had to breathe. Like no, you were fine. Then you made it bad, and then you okay. Oh, like your estimation of where you could get to. Okay, massive opportunity. Rohan, May, we're gonna set the goals. You're working in advance. This is they like this. They like this. You're kind of doing good stuff, but you need to be a little bit better once you get there. Look, what you did there is you know how to speak to these people and those people. You know that you're English and you're German, and there's a reason that you're building this stuff out. Is because there's some instances where it makes sense for you to act in a certain way, and other instances where it makes sense for you to act in another way. And that's what's important here is when you're using your eyes and communicating, when you fall, which one is it's like the decision that you've taken. And then people will use their senses to see and check whether you're actually also real. Like there's another, just giving time. Just give yourself time. You look like that. You look like that. You kept being like, it's not me. Inside. Other people are seeing you do that, and inside you're like, it's not me. To all the good ones. Now, It's like this one came after that one. We all want to understand properties of things. That's the one. Properties of things. I call it it's like a complex or a complex. It's something about the property of things. That like when you stopped learning from stuff and just pouring it from your head and thinking about it and being creative, you weren't in research. So you're a creative. That's what a creative robot would do. And you're like a creative agent, and you've considered how you can extract information with your body language as much as anything else, because you realize that you must. So you reverse engineered it from how the solution would look in your body language. It was about the function. So then that lady was like something about being gay in German, and then Mr. Bryant, is this you? It's like the world is split into two people who believe in ghosts and people who don't. That's a pretty good one to start. Like, I mean, really to start. Do you see that thing that happened in your face? Oh, yeah. What relationship does that have to do with the knowledge and your face? What do you mean the knowledge? Do you mean the fifth element? So you were knocking at the door, right? You're gonna make hip hop, apparently. So you're knocking at the door of hip hop. There's a room, it's called hip hop. You knock at the door. There's a room, it's called hip hop. I knock at the door. Remember, if you're the storyteller guy, you can get like any situation anywhere. You can do the math. It's all about being super smart to like these people said to those people because of and stuff. So don't you worry your pretty little head about it. Your parents are from Romania. You could never knock. Somebody's like, how far would you go? It's like you would have turned it into some East political dance music. There you go. If you went too far, they were echauffiert because they hadn't won. So they were pissed off because they lost. So as I was knocking at the door of hip hop, I was like, how could I make something here that meant something to whom exactly? Was I doing it just for myself, something that meant just something to me? Trite. So it kind of stopped, right? Like there's some point it didn't. It's connotations that you have in your head that they don't have, but you can share, and they're maybe you can be tethered by some belief system where you could be like, these are universal. Those connections are like they can't be changed. You're just discovering them. Wouldn't that be beautiful? And the next one. They're like, you're the guy, like the ego death, boy, wonder boy. It's like boy, wonder boy, and ego death are connected. So it's like boy, wonder boy, try hard. That is pressure, but I have to not mind it. I have to be somebody who's able to deal with pressure. Again, that's the over. Not get stuck in here trying to rationalize why it's like that you have to They don't have to, right? That's the thing. Nobody has to. Sales guys will tell you at the end, you don't have to. They don't have to sell. They don't have to buy. But if you create necessity, where they've accepted that, and they're like, fuck, then it's like the only way for you to get what you need is to buy that thing. You want to get rid of your hunger? Buy this burger. And then they could respond. They could say, well, I could get something else. So then you ask them, what is it that you're looking for other than to quench your hunger? It's like, well, convenience, da da da, and all these kind of things. And then you say, oh, we've lined it up perfectly. And then somebody calls Marjorie. Yeah, it's like, oh, we'll have the other one. It's like, the fuck it is. And then now you ask them, and then be like, oh, yeah, something happens like the last time. It would be some memory or something. Marjorie reminded me of the Pepsi that we had. Sorry, it was another burger. It was like the Burger King. Where I remember we always go to Burger King. Ah, that's the one. We always go to Burger King. You just didn't ask me that. Ah, yeah. Oh man, sorry. Yeah, fuck. I still have to actually go to like a grown adult, right? Like they expect you. Okay. You're flying through space anyway. And then you open your eye, third eye. Then you're there, like just like everyone else. This is the yes. How do you do it? We all have it. Well, that's life. And then the rest is explaining it. It's like, you haven't forgotten, have you? My mom was like, you're all right. They're like, you're not your mom. Oh, all right. It's just like a bunch of people that you thought were cool. Why do you think they were cool? Thomas Sankara, something about music. I think he played a musical instrument and he did something else as a politician. Stick to this, stick to this. They're like, dude, you're if you're just labeling saying stuff like that, then you're not going and saying that you know details and details and these things which other people would know and you'd be willing to explore. You just thought that was like an interesting. Just not that basic. I don't need to do anything else, do I? Not for now. I needed to survive. That's why I started this game. This. It's your energy. This kind of guy just tried everything once, you know, and then fell to this world of rules. How did he react? Value, music, sound, emotion. Current rules, future rules, and who rules? What aspects of current rules or rules in general? How set in stone? And consequences of not enacting. Again, power dynamics. It's all this. So V1, V2, all these clients are looking to do that, these businesses. And so maybe you're looking here at what you could double down. You could say, maybe you could have different target audiences and they just get fed different stuff, right? Why does it have to be? Because then how many can you go to and how do they work out and stuff? Okay, I get it. You can't just sit and have fun. This is like a marketing strategist having fun, sat just a little simple. Oh man, this person. So these are kind of entrepreneurs. You said the architecture underneath. So that you could sell even to other marketing professionals to sell to. It's like the way that supermarkets work now. You can have businesses sold in supermarkets. Oh yeah. Okay, you just find it fascinating that there's so much stuff, not that you've lost it. Then you're always like, bounce back. How could it be? It's a constantly moving thing. You're not just on a timeline. Remember the sound of the bird. You heard it again. Didn't have to go. Our house. I just cut off my own head. And I was proud of it. Something was looming. It's true, isn't it? She's like, you're a prophet. I hear him. Hear him, scare him. Don't you? Remember people who believe in ghosts and don't? The ones who don't? Which one of them doesn't? So you have to have some. It's practice, isn't it? It's always talk of the town. It was always the talk of the town, weren't you? Oh, man. Okay, so the rules. What's that important? The rules. They think that it could be so many things. It could be the target audience has rules in their head that we need to break and flip the game. And so maybe the target audience of this business, Runaway Services, is solo entrepreneurs that want to improve their productivity. And then where do you find them? And then, of course, with the AI agents, you get like a huge fucking list. You contact them, you do inbound, you do outbound, and then you put it down your funnel and shit like that. So you kind of have it in your head. You know how business kind of works, how it has to work. You've just never written it down. That's what your hands are doing right now. You're explaining the inbound and the logistics, the thing, and it's the same way as the input, output of the brain. Like, now you want to have some universal. That's what your intention is. So when you say that, you'll never be like, I have to go into specific now. They're like, you don't have to. We don't. Resource. It has to be resource somewhere. Rohan was saying the same thing. Resource. Every single time. Resource. It's also the root. Remember, the root. People love that when they really know what the fuck it is to be on Earth. So you have the resource, then you have the process. I'm going to say process. And so you're just processing it. And then at some point you're delivering it, right? So I think about it, research, process, and delivery. And every single business has that. And then at all junctions, you should have reporting. Because like this is like that, and then I tell you this is it. And then reporting is all the others being like, hey, but wait, what? And I'm like, well, so this is where it was Dan, right? Like waiting at the edge of the astral plane there with his fucking toes looking at all those people's feet. With his toes looking at the feet. Oh, then you're proving that you can be confident, but you don't need to be completely illuminated. So resource, process, and delivery. Okay, it's very simple, isn't it? You could still go to logistics. You could use other terms like logistics, so you needed them as part of the process. Still, at some point, you need to have the resources. So this is where I was like, resource. It was like, resource, but what about resource for the heart or whatever, right? Like, what's the person getting? And so the resource that they're getting is both physical, it's emotional. You could lose it all. They want to. And so this is the plane is more, this is the business plane. And then the other one is the brand. There's like a brand plane. And so you need at some point to explain why you need the brand. Because without the brand, it doesn't exist, right? Because the human face needs the brand in the back. And that's the associations. So what are the brand associations? So when you put that into the brand strategy, that's a very important slide. And so that's really where you can match up. And so this is where the creatives can come in. And now it's just limitations because it could be infinite associations. So that's why you need frameworks. Dan, it was like, I said it like that. That's why you need frameworks. He'll come now. It's like frameworks that you need to cut through this infinity of it all. And then you get a crystal. And then there's something in there that you can use to build something else out. So it's in these rubbing points that you're going to get some of this energy. It's like kinetic energy. Think about it to like culture, people walk into a room and it's like a lazy Friday afternoon. It was a Saturday afternoon. It was a Saturday afternoon. It was a lazy Saturday afternoon. And it was the Village Fest. There was a band that was going to come on. Nobody was expecting much. It turned out to be the Rolling Stones or Dua Lipa or whatever. This is how you tell those stories of when they were younger, is from the people's perspective. because their minds were blown. And then when we all saw Dua Lipa's 500 million records, that follows the individual story of the person, you see. And then the audience is listening to it, and the person, if they were there listening, thank you for the association money exchanged or whatever, all this kind of shit. I hope some of you understand. Like, I don't know that though. I don't know. It's rather confusing at times. But either you made it over the bridge or you didn't. That is true. That's incontrovertible. Just try to live a good life. Yeah. She's like, you're still a boy. Value and the rules, and here's ultimately the problem, right? And so this is where I think you can really do damage, Stefan, here. When you've got this one here. What did you have here? The inner and the outer. Some flip here with the head. Meetings. Yeah, they meet, and then that's all the customer journey. So that's maybe this one is actually connected to the problem. Wow. In some everything is everything sense, right? That lady really inspired me. What of it? So this one you go, it's like Ost. So I can label it as my own. Oh, and my own isn't the same as everyone else. I had a buddy of mine message me, and his message felt very like, I've been watching too many sales videos, and now just am asking you the things that I know I have to ask you to get information out of you, which is kind of how you lose your humanity. Yeah, you're saying that they're all humanless, right? So remember that that's what you're doing when you say that. Fuck. Are we also mimicking creatures? Maybe they're just not happy because they're not being themselves. It's not like your star in your body doing all the amazing stuff that stars in bodies can do. It wasn't like directly an elevated to all these ladies, my father, and then the thing that they did at international school. They're like, oh my God, what was it? They would, well, some people's parents told their kids about sex. She was like, stay. She's like, when you've come back, though, please do. It's like, I just wanted to. She's like, your culture is rancid. Like, that's what they said. She's like, I'll point at you if you need me to. You're Romanian. You're beggars. So just remember that. It's different lenses. You could look at me through you could say he's a white person and all this kind of stuff, and you'd be right. And then you could say that he's a Romanian person. If you brought that up in certain instances, it'd make it more in this direction or that direction. Like you'd be talking about skin color, you'd be talking about nationality, or you'd be talking about heritage, or and then it all becomes interesting in many questions and angles. And in the questions and angles, you'll see the characters of the people, the shit that they are interested in. They're like, we need one of these guys. He's like a moderator. They're like, be the judge. And my dad was scared of telling me about sex, yo. Maybe we could create an AI program of how that kid should have done. Because there's a million stories. It's like, I know which one it was, though. Can you not judge yourself? Actually, in fact, now you can live like that forever. Fuck. You're kind of doing something else. Like, I know his life, like, but just complete the job. He's meeting somebody. I didn't realize that if he had a problem, he was calling me the whole time, and then he didn't call. So you should have gotten in touch earlier. Like, how long were you gonna wait? You're like waiting to see if you mattered to him. Oh yeah, fuck. Shit. It's just human. It's just like how they have interactions. I know it's disgusting to some others, but
I wasn't affected. I don't think this needs to become that. I think it's just if you help people remember that they're stars, like that's if you're doing that, if that's your base intention, do you know that you're doing that to everyone? Are you saying that and openly professing to be a universalist? And what would it look like? How would your actions? How would you have enough time to? Oh, that's the one. How much time do you need to convince them to take an action? So convincing that was the problem, right? So I come back to it. It's a problem. Ownership, maybe we don't know who owns it. We don't know if it's real or not. It's like the base problem is this real? And it could be like, oh yeah, you have to find a good angle. But is this real? Could be something like, is there a better way of doing this? But it's is this real? I call it, is this real? So it's this realization of an audience. Is like, is this real or is this real? Is it real that we bought this thing and it turned out to be the best investment we ever made? Or the other one, keep it simple. They're like, he can't see because he's straight. Oh. Oh, what happened to women like taking pity on the beings? Like, oh, the beings, not the like buffoons who are expecting shit of each other. Oh, right. We could all turn into buffoons. Those types too. Oh, it was like, answer it. Of course. You were afraid of giving you. Let's listen to yourself. You're flying, you're floating, you sound like you do. Kein Netz. Ich schätze meine Freiheit. Gesetze schreiben andere, ich texte breit. Think big und bleib dabei. Lieber seelisch reich als ein korrupter Scheich. This is when I don't really care for it much. Oh, this is where they're like, maybe you in your past were that, and then it's actually your association to some other person. It's like a real story, not like, I was like, wow, great, can I join you guys? Like, fuck, dude, you're a boy, not the girls. Like, it's what the fuck? It happened. People get this one. What do they do with it? You play naive. Oh, what was naive though? Oh, it's like judging quickly. You mean all the tapping on shit on the fingers on the phones? It's affecting people. You can't talk about it.
I'm the cook. Ohne Wenn und Aber, der Humor makaber. Alle labern, keiner akkurater. Kleiner Löwe, großer Kater. Ich verschieb die Karte neu, blieb wie erwartet treu. Dachte noch, ich wäre scheu. Jugend zu hören, nicht zerstören. Die Amateure waren nie dumm. Zieh mir weiße Linien, während Blackbeat spielen. Drum bin ich heute Lonely Boy. Dann auf einmal Kapitän Ahoi. Was brauchst du? Hier mit einer Partypause voller Joy. Glaub nicht glücklich, mein Lebenslauf betreut. Was reimt sich auf? War ich schon immer bläulich? Fühl den Jazz, auch wenn er mich bereut. Das Gesicht des Streuners hat sich erfreut. Vergleich dich nicht, weil du unvergleichlich bist. Strich durch die Rechnung ohne Pflicht. Lass dich leiten, bis es dich erwischt. Belegst du von Neptune ein Gedicht. Kein Pech, echt mit Wegtun, deutlich wechseln, deutlich, was auch deutlich. Sagensfreundlich, meins, aber doch gemein. Friede, Freude, unbeliebte Angstverein. Lauf nicht über Wasser, trink lieber Wein. Zum 100. Mal, Künstlichkeit ist nicht goldfein, genau wie Künstler sein. Erkennt den Gestank des Blaulichts, nicht nur im Nachhinein. Sie erdrücken mich ausdrücklich und macht sich glücklich. Befreite mich vom Drang des Schweins. Wie ging's doch mal mit dem unantastbar sein? I'm the cook. Fühle den Jazz. Fühle den Jazz. I'm the cook. Erkennst du dich oder verfällst den Trend? Money spent, happiness came and went. Welches Game hab's wohl verpennt? In Excelsior, nicht inexistent. Kennt ihr mich, bin König in the end. Nur der Käfig ermöglicht, dass du ihn sprengst. Deine Erwartungshaltung macht dich zum Abonnent. Die Persönlichkeit bekannt durch ihre Abstinenz. Komisch ist, wenn du auf der einen menschlich, auf der anderen Seite kosmisch bist. What a twist. Kannst du schon, darfst du nicht, worauf warte ich? Sommerregen, Unterricht, wunderlich, wunderbar. 16 Zeilen machen Unterricht. Junge im Dschungel mit auf der Zunge. Dreh mir dazu paar Runde. Wer der Kunde, wer der Bösewicht. Beziehe mich auf meine Rechte. Sieh zu, dass du sie nicht verletzt. Hab wie Brecht mein Theater durchgesetzt. Senkrechtstarter, der sich am Arbeitgeber rächt. Ausbeutung bleibt auch 2024 Gesetz. Wie Hetzjagden im Internet. Kennst du Netz, wirst du schon. Bleib verschont. Wer wohl auf dem Bildschirm schon erthront. Ganz allein. Ganz allein.
I'm the cook. I'm the cook. I'm the cook.
Fühle den Jazz, fühle den Jazz. Fühle den Jazz, fühle den Jazz.
I'm the cook. I'm the cook. I'm the cook. I'm the cook.
Der Alma Mater war zunächst zutiefst enttäuscht. Kein vorgetäuschter Tatendrang. Meine Therapeutin bleibt gespannt. Ich konnte nicht mehr leiden, sie meinten, du kommst nie dran, bin ich mit dem Geld verwandt. In Zukunft gibt's einen alten Klang, Rapmusik für Sonnenuntergang. Was erwartet Frau von Mann? Bitte danke, schwör, ich halte mich dran und bin doch auch gespannt. Wow.
Okay, that's awesome. I'm loving this. There's another end that stream.